How a broken voice made Aimer Japan's top anime singer. Now I seen this and I'm interested because Aimer is Japan's top anime singer. I love anime. Well, I love Aimer. She got Brave Shine. She got some hits, but I would have thought like Lisa is anime's Japan. I mean, Japan's top anime singer. I would have thought it would have been Lisa. So I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on here.
There's nothing more important for any singer than their voice. So imagine the emotions they must go through if it's suddenly taken away from them, and how they would feel when life gives them a second chance. Eme, whose name means love in French, is a popular mainstream and anime singer in Japan, and in my opinion, has one of the most beautiful voices in the known universe. However, that deep,
holy fucking glaze, nigga. One of the most beautiful voices in the known universe? God damn. Holy glaze.
gentle and husky tone she's known for is actually a scar from her past. In this video, I'm gonna introduce you to the story of Eme, how she went from losing her voice to becoming one of the most well-known Japanese singers. Eme grew up in a household filled with music, thanks to her musician father. She was exposed to jazz and started learning piano and guitar at a very young age. It didn't take long before she discovered her passion for singing, and she would sing Utada Hikaru and Shinaringo songs until day's end. She also temporarily lived in the UK as a child, so she's able to sing and write with proper English. In junior high, she became a massive fan of Avril Lavigne, buying all her albums and every magazine she appeared in. Every single aspect of her life seemed to point toward a career in singing. That is, until one random morning, at the age of 15, Eme woke up and realized that she had lost her voice. Her parents immediately took her to the hospital to see an ENT specialist. After a series of tests, the doctor explained that her loss of voice was caused by overusing her vocal cords without proper technique.
Damn.
Eme was advised to adopt the less invasive treatment of vocal rest, where she must remain completely silent for a long period of time to allow her vocal cords to recover. Thus began the toughest time of her life. There's no guarantee of how she would sound or if she could ever sing again once the treatment's over. And as communicating with her peers became extremely difficult, the already introverted Eme began to spend more and more time in isolation. The silence lasted for over half a year. After more than
she couldn't speak for half a year? God damn.
6 months, Eme started by whispering and making small sounds to gradually warm up her vocal cords. Once she could speak at a normal volume, she began experimenting with different vocal techniques that are less demanding on her throat. After a spell of weekly visits to the hospital, her doctor had both good and bad news to share. The good news was that with a more gentle vocal style, Eme could continue singing and pursuing her dream. The bad news, however, was that due to a nodule that had developed, which leads to a deeper and huskier voice, her vocal cords could never fully heal on their own. But that was good enough for her. After spending months worrying about whether she could ever sing again, Eme realized just how much she wanted to become a singer. With a newfound purpose, she also discovered suitable singing styles that allow her new voice to flourish while staying protected. The very same voice that is now loved by millions of people around the world. And since Eme is fully aware of how fragile her vocal cords are, she has continued to hone her techniques with a total concentration to this day. In 2011, Eme signed a contract with Fourseam, a management company under Akeha Springs, the famous production group behind some of the biggest Japanese singers like Yonezu Kenshi and Lisa. She then released Your Favorite Things, a cover album of pop songs with jazz arrangements. The album reached number 4 on the jazz album chart, while its lead track, Poker Face, hit number 1 on the jazz chart.
This just a Lady Gaga cover?
Even before her major debut, Eme was already highly regarded in the music industry thanks to her voice. Female singers with deep or husky voices aren't entirely unheard of, but it's the tenderness she brings to her singing that elevates the whole package. On September 7, 2011, Eme made her major debut with the single, Rokutose no Yoru.
I'm not gonna lie, the deep husky voice must be missing me, bro. I don't hear it.
Single, Rokutose no Yoru.
A cover EP, it definitely is.
The song was chosen as the ED for the anime, number 6, marking the first chapter of her journey to becoming one of the most decorated anime singers. Her first taste of success was soon followed by her second single, Replay, this time as the ED for Bleach. Replay climbed as high as number 3 on Billboard Japan, instantly making Ame one of the most exciting rising stars.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Anime, bro. Getting on the anime, bro. Getting on anime opening ED. That whole seemed like a cheat code in Japan, bro. That shit definitely a cheat code in Japan. That's like being in America and getting a hit that get on TikTok, like that get trendy on TikTok. That it gotta be like equivalent value. Maybe not. I don't know if there's ever been a. There's probably been a couple of TikTok songs that probably hit like top 10 on billboards. But like I know them Japan songs, them anime songs that be hidden be top 5 billboards over there 1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%.
In anime music. In 2012, Ame released her first full album, Sleepless Nights. Ame herself is a certified night owl, so many of her songs are written late at night, hence the title. The album includes Hoshikuzu Venus, the theme song of a popular Japanese drama, and her first introduction to the mainstream audience. Another noteworthy track is Yakolesha, Nothing to Lose, a song that reflects on Ame's struggles during the period when the future of her voice and dreams was uncertain.
I don't know, like it don't seem like she got a husky voice, man.
Up to this point,
She
since
seems like
Ame
a
is still
regular
quite
normal woman.
worried about her condition, she's been intentionally avoiding up-tempo songs that are more demanding on her voice. But that's about to change. In 2013, a composer/producer named Sawano Hiroyuki was
Sawano, my goat. Look. He's not completely my goat because that's by TK. TK, that's number 1. But Sawano, he number 2, bruh. Sawano Hiroyuki is that fucking nigga, bruh. He that nigga.
working on a song for the new Gundam OVA. He is one of the most influential composers in anime history, having worked on Guilty Crown, which I mentioned in my Egoist video, Attack on Titan, The 7 Deadly Sins, and more recently, Solo Leveling. He had discovered Ame through her jazz cover album back in 2011, and had been eager to collaborate with her ever since. After receiving the demo from Sawano, Ame was initially hesitant about accepting the offer, as the song represented a significant departure from what she had been used to over the years, given her situation. But eventually, the chance to work with someone of Sawano's pedigree was just too good to pass up. Plus, it might be time for her to test her limits. So she agreed to sing as long as they could find a balance between protecting her voice and meeting Sawano's demands, which they did. To celebrate their first collaboration and show his gratitude for Ame, Sawano titled the song Re-I-Am, a rearrangement of her name. While the song reached number 6 on the Oricon chart, which is Ame's personal best at the time, its biggest contribution was unlocking an entirely new possibility for her music, especially in the realm of anime songs. Ame and Sawano would go on to collaborate many more times after the success of Re-I-Am, releasing a full album called Unchild, a string of songs for the Gundam series, and Niley, featuring Hezzy from Egoist, for Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
Look, I'm trying to. I know she's gonna get to the point to really singing again, cause on Brave Shine, nigga, she was hitting them high notes. That's all I know. On Brave Shine, she was hitting them bitches. She got back to that shit for sure.
Although Ame has put in a lot of effort into protecting her throat, the increasing live shows and releases of more intense songs still took a toll on her. Consequently, in January 2015, at the first stop of her first ever tour, her voice gave out. Only 5 songs into the concert, Ame was already barely able to sing, but when she asked the audience if they minded listening to the end, the fans cheered. After 2 hours of struggle, many of her fans teared up and thanked her for staying on stage till the end, while Ame and all of her staff cried together.
That's a W.
Despite recovering soon after.
W, bro, that's W. Like, she could have just left and said her voice gave out, but she kept going, bro. That's a fucking W.
The scare reminded her that as long as her vocal cords aren't fully healthy, it's a mine that could always go off if she doesn't tread carefully. When she was a teenager, she was advised to opt for the less invasive rest treatment. But now, it is possible to remove the nodule with surgery. However, there's a decent chance that her voice would change drastically, and that's not the risk she's willing to take. So ultimately, Aimer decided to live with this imperfect voice of hers. The incident also marked a turning point in Aimer's career. Since her debut, Aimer had always been under the impression that her music was the only thing that mattered. Showing her face would only ruin the image of her music. Adding the fact that she's timid by nature, there was a long time when many people didn't even know what she looked like. Even at her concerts, the stage was always dark, and she would sing while facing downward. But after this incident, she realized that the fans were there for her. Even when she couldn't sing properly, the fans were still cheering and encouraging her. People actually like Aimer the person. And suddenly, the spotlight no longer feels intimidating. This chapter of Aimer's career actually reminds me a lot of another popular anime singer, Lisa. When Lisa achieved her own career milestone in 2014 by performing at Budokan for the first time, she too lost her voice during the show. If you've seen my video on Lisa, you would know that the demoralizing incident was also a turning point in her career. To show her appreciation for the fans who stayed and cheered for her, she wrote a song called Rising Hope, which became one of her more popular songs.
This a Sword Art Online opening?
Similar to Lisa, Aimer also wrote a song to celebrate the bond she built with her fans and staff through that experience. A track that, for many years, would be her most popular anime song, Brave Shine.
Come on, I know my game, bro.
As the OP of Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, Brave Shine introduced Aimer to a wider anime fanbase, alongside another song that was also used in the series, Last Stardust. But that was only a small taste of what was to come, as 2016 was the year she truly became a household name in Japan. 5 years into her career, Aimer had firmly established herself as one of the most highly regarded vocalists in Japan, and many popular songwriters were desperate to collaborate with her. In July 2016, Aimer released a double A-side single, Insane Dream/Us. Insane Dream was produced by Taka from Monokoroku, known for songs like Wasted Nights. Us was created by TK from Rintoshite Shigure, best known for one of the biggest anime songs ever, Unravel.
Look, TK, you know, Unravel, everyone knows that one, bro. But we gotta start like throwing his other bangers in there, cause he got other bangers, bro. He got other bangers. Like he got other bangers, bro. I don't want to list them all out, but he got other anime bangers, bro. Everyone know the Unravel one, bro. Start giving him another one, please.
And those were just warm-ups. In August, Aimer released one of my favorite songs of hers, Chocho Musubi. The song was created by Noda Yojiro, the lead singer and songwriter of another popular rock band, Red Wimps. He's also the mastermind behind the music of Your Name and many other Shinkai Makoto movies. Following these jaw-dropping collaborations, Aimer dropped her fourth album, Daydream, which includes the sleeper hit, Kata Omoi.
Oh my god, hold on. She has some niggas
Daydream,
on this
which
bitch.
includes the sleeper hit, Kata Omoi.
Bruh, Egoist, Rad Wimps, and TK, bruh, she has some fucking beast on that album.
The song was initially only popular among her fans, but after a year since its release, it eventually reached the general public and is now her biggest mainstream hit. To round out this absolutely insane run of releases, Aimer finished the year with Akane Sasu, the OP of my favorite anime.
What? You hating on Egoist? You hating on Egoist? Is that what we doing, or you just don't know who they are? What? What's the question mark? Like, what are we talking about here?
Natsume's Book of Friends, Season 5. We have gone through so many great songs of hers so far, and yet, there are plenty more still to come. Her team was probably also impressed by her discography.
Egoist hate won't be tolerated. I don't know what Intimidation's saying. He put a question mark on when I said it. I'm waiting to see what he says. But the way I'm interpreting that, it sounds like hate. I don't want to put words in his mouth. We're gonna see what he say, but
she released 2 best of albums in 2017. Now, a best of album may not mean much in the age of streaming, but what made them so special to me was the inclusion of a bonus track, Kacho Fugetsu, which is the most underrated and possibly my favorite Ame song. From 2018 to 2020, Ame continued to prove.
Don't even, bro. You know how much I like Psychopaths. Be for real. Look, I just had to make sure, bro. Like, I don't know. You put Egoist question mark. I didn't know if you was. I didn't know. You were just surprised. Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Cause she did have a lot of she had a lot of big names on that album, bro. Like I said, Egoist, Rad Wimps, and TK, and that was only 7 tracks. I don't even know if that's the full fucking album list, bro. She had bangers on that motherfucker. Surely.
Why she is one of the most diverse singers in the industry, having tremendous success in both mainstream and anime music.
Alright, bro, calm down, bro. Look, this a Glaze video, but like you saying some crazy shit when there's people like Lisa and TK, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Similar to Lisa's connections with the SAO franchise, Ame also has a long-standing partnership with the Fate franchise.
Yeah, that's why.
During that period, she provided 3 more songs for them, making it a total of 8 collaborations across different series, movies, and games.
Look,
but apparently,
and this is another thing this is why I got so much respect for Aimer and Lisa, is like they always stay true to those IPs that showed them love, bro. Like I'll be happy if Aimer come back on if she just randomly show up on Strange Fate. I would not be complaining. And like I know if SAO ever did something again, which they won't, because that's just over. But if they did, like, or when Alyssa Cation came out, I'm pretty sure she had an opening for Alyssa Cation. Maybe she didn't, but I know she was tapped in with SAO though, Lisa. So it's like I love when they keep making music for the IPs that put them on. Like King New, that nigga, I think he gonna permanently make music for JJK.
Really, that wasn't enough for her, as she also sang Spark again for Fire Force Season 2. Refrain, the theme song of After the Rain, which is one of her best songs ever, and even outshone its anime. And that's just the tie-ins. Hanabira Tachi no Machi and Daisy from her chart-topping singles are also among her best works. Aside from a string of top-quality single releases, in 2019, Ame somehow managed to release 2 albums on the same day, Sundance and...
Nigga, what? 2 albums on the same day? What? She dropping LeBron numbers. What the? Hold on. I know niggas were fucking out the kazoo, boy. My favorite album dropped 2 albums on the same day? Nigga, what?
Penny Rain, which for some reason sounds like a new generation of Pokemon games. While both albums included previous releases, one of the standouts among the new songs, Koi wa Zurai, was written as a spiritual successor to Kata Omoi, and sure enough, it became one of Ame's more popular tracks as well.
Wait, hold on, bro. What is this nigga playing on the left over here? I'm gonna need someone to tap me in, bro. What is this? He is tapping that shit.
There's no denying
Someone
that
gonna
at
have
this
to tap
point,
me in,
Aimee
bro. I need
already has one of the
answers.
most decorated careers in all of J-pop. She has consistently been at the top of her game for nearly a decade. Her music appeals to both mainstream and subculture audiences, and it's rare to find an artist with such a balanced discography that caters to both sides.
TK, Lisa.
Take away anime songs like Brave Shine, and she's still a successful mainstream singer. Take away hits like Kata Omoi, and she still has one of the best anime song collections. However, despite all the accomplishments I've just mentioned, the true breakout year that catapulted her into global popularity wouldn't come until 2022. It all started on September 25, 2021, when Aimee announced that she would be providing the theme songs for Demon Slayer Season 2. This was probably the most anticipated season throughout the series, since it followed the phenomenal Season 1 and the Mugen Train movie that took the world by storm. And for Aimee, she had some massive shoes to fill, as Gurenge and Homura by Lisa are such iconic anime songs that truly define
Facts.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
On December 5th, 2021, the first episode of Demon Slayer Season 2 aired, and people finally got to experience its newest OP, Zankyo Sanka. Anything less than iconic would be a letdown, and iconic it was. Aimee suddenly became the focal point of the national spotlight, and as if that wasn't enough, on December 17, she joined Mile and Ikura from YOASOBI to perform Omokage on the first take. 3 immensely talented.
I'm not gonna lie, I need a video about YOASOBI, cause like I have no idea where she came from. I just know like she had one anime song and it blew up, and now I hear YOASOBI everywhere, and she has 50 anime openings now. So like,
and popular female
I'll be
singers on the same
interested in knowing
stage,
that lore.
singing a song provided by the genius songwriter, Vondi. I still can't believe this actually happened. Like most anime songs, the popularity of Zankyo Sanka only kept rising as the season progressed, carrying into 2022. Aimee started the year by returning to the first take to perform Kata Omoi, followed by a performance of Zankyo Sanka. As soon as Zankyo Sanka was released, it soared to the #1 spot on almost every music chart in Japan. It stayed at the top of Billboard Japan for a total.
Yeah, no, this anime opening shit a T code. Like, I wonder how that work. Do like the anime studio just ask for an opening from an artist, and then they do it, and like the payment is like the publicity that they gonna get, and the views that they make on the song, or like I really want to know how that works, because no way the anime studio gotta pay the nigga to make the song. I would be surprised, because there's so many niggas that got fucking top songs just because it's an anime opening, bruh. I wonder how that worked. I'll be interested in learning that.
Of 9 weeks, and became the #1 Japanese song of 2022. At the end of the year, Aimee was invited to Kohaku for the first time in her career, where she gave a live performance of Zankyo Sanka and Omokage.
こっからはド派手に行くぜ
声を枯らして燃える花のように闇が照らしたら僕らはこうしてどこにも見せない愛で満たしてる本当
Fast forward to June 2025. It was announced that Aimee and Lisa will both be singing for the new Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle. The song, A World Where the Sun Never Rises, was released the day after the movie's premiere, on
Banger.
July 19.
元凶絶対の立身な darkness
They
While
really
Aimee and
pulled
Lisa
out-
didn't quite reach
They really pulled out the stops for these goddamn movies, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have both of them on all 3 movies too. Like, come on, bro, this is ridiculous. Someone gotta fucking nerf Demon Slayer real quick.
the level of their magnum opuses. The movie was a massive success in Japan, overtaking Spirited Away with the second highest box office in Japanese history, trailing only behind Mugen Train. When Aimee's voice was taken away from her, it was the toughest 6 months of her life. But from that experience, she realized just how much singing meant to her. So when she was given a second chance, She cherished her voice and the ability to sing again with all her heart. Now, she has become one of the most popular mainstream and anime singers in Japan. This has been Cushion. See you next time.
W video. It is really videos like this that like are good, because like this is some shit that I will never know in my entire life unless I find a video like this. I would dead ass never come across information like this ever. There's a Lisa video. I might have to watch this another day. Dead ass. I love stuff like that. And dead ass, like, even though my top genre of music is probably rap music or hip hop, like, you know, anime music is still just like top tier, you know, and I listen to a lot of it. So like, just I'm just grateful because like there's people like Aimer and Lisa and TK that I just would have never listened to in my entire life if it wasn't for anime. So, you know, hey, them Japanese artists and making bangers. So you like the video? You'll like this one too. Go ahead and click on that. Yeah. You're still here? So you don't fuck with me? Alright, I'ma just